Hello and welcome to episode 1 of my Craft the World tutorial Let's Play series. This episode is going to be on introducing you to the wonderful fun game of Craft the World. I will make the episodes 15 minutes in length and possibly only do between 5 to 10 episodes. Just enough to give you a taste of the game and see if you like it. A question for you. As you know, I like to keep you engaged. How many games do you believe it is possible to juggle at the same time, as in playing them? Well, I intend to find out, as I am the gamester after all. As there are many wonderful games for me to share with you. Some old and some new. For example, I will be covering No Man's Sky when it gets released, as that is a game that I've dreamed of playing since Elite in the early 80s. Will it kill me by playing lots of games? I think not, but it would be a shame to waste the coffins I've made in Worm. Anyway, back to Craft the World. Craft the World is a unique sandbox strategy game, a mix of Dungeon Keeper, Terraria and Dwarf Fortress. Explore a random generated world populated by dangerous creatures, build a dwarf fortress, gather resources and craft all the items, weapons and armour you need. You take control of one dwarf to start with. Each time you level you will gain one more dwarf and eventually have a small army of dwarves to control. Crafting is fun as you can craft items. You level that particular crafting area the more items that you craft. So for example, you could have a furniture crafting area, and you'll see we'll get to doing this, and as you craft more tables, for example, you will get an experience bar that goes up, and once you've crafted so many of that item it will level up and open up the next tier of items for you to craft. And that's the way the game works with regards to crafting. You start with really basic stone tools, you then open up iron tools, farming and all sorts of wonderful things that you can do along the way. Next, throw in the mix the fact that you have magic too, and you will see that this is a very fun game to play. One you can easily pick up and put down at any time that you wish. Craft the World is from Decover and Black Maple Games. It is on Steam and it is priced at $13.99, unless of course, that's pounds by the way, unless of course you wait for it to go on sale, and then it will be even cheaper and even more of a bargain. But at $13.99 I believe that's a good fair price. But first, let me show you the game so you can make an informed decision about buying it, or see if it's not your cup of tea. Okay, let's play some Craft the World, as we do only have 15 minutes. Okay, so you can see you start on this window. In the background you can see the current world that I have. If we go to options, you can see that you can adjust the sounds, and you can set your language and set the resolution. And you can also send some feedback telling them what a lovely game they have made. So that's the options. There is the play, but I don't want to play the old world. What I want to do is do a new one. So we're going to click choose level. Now where it says empty, if I click in there and click play, I get the option of a new custom game or a new campaign. I want to show you this series as a campaign, so we'll click new campaign. And you can see that we start in a small world, and it's a forest world, average weather events, very hilly, and its difficulty is easy. The way the game works is you complete this world. When you complete this world by opening up a portal and escaping to the next world, you then unlock another world, which then you can travel to. So that's the way it works. As you go along you unlock more and more worlds, although they have just added a new feature where you can create a portal to go to other biomes. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do, start a new game. So we're going to click play, and you'll see it starts very nicely with a tutorial and a welcome. So okay, we did it. We opened an ancient portal, so we'll close that. And of course they're telling us we only have one dwarf. That's fine. Okay, it's telling us now that we need to look around and start building ourselves a base. Okay, now it's telling us to open the journal, so I'm going to follow through with the tutorial just so you can see the nice introduction you get. Okay, now with this game you get tasks to do, which gives you bonuses in XP, and as we progress with more tasks we will also be given items as rewards as well. So it's a lovely game in the respect that it doesn't just plonk you in the world like Worm and let you decide what you want to do. It actually guides you to start with. I mean, you are free to ignore the tasks and do whatever you wish, so it's not linear, but of course the tasks make it fun because you can do the task, gain some extra XP and also get some nice items as well. Okay, it's telling us now to click to the bestiary. Here it shows you all the different types of monsters that you'll see, and you'll see skeletons come and attack us. There's all sorts of creatures, lots and lots. We're going to be starting by hunting the chickens and the sheep because yeah, we're cowards, so we'll start off nice and easy. Right, okay, so now the game is about gathering resources to build our base, and that's what it's telling us to do. So let's cut some trees. To cut a tree, left click on the base of the tree, let's zoom in a bit, and then your dwarf will start to work. Now we can give him better tools. If we go to equip, okay, you will see here's our dwarf. He has the basic tools that they're given when they first enter the game. We can also outfit them with armor as well as tools and a weapon. At the moment we're starting right at the beginning. We have nada, nothing. So you'll see our progress as we go along. Up here you can give them 3 skills. So I could make him a logger, a warrior and also a cook if I want. As you go along you get magic books that drop, and the magic books, with them magic books you can give your dwarves skills. You'll see that eventually they'll need to eat and eventually they'll need beds so they can sleep to recover their health, but they do recover health by eating as well. So let's chop this tree down. You'll see what happens when he does that. Yes, it's taking a while to chop the tree down, but that's because we have such a basic tool. When we make an axe, it will speed it up. There you go, we've done the first task. Nice and simple, and gives us a real feel-good feeling. Okay, so you'll see once you cut the tree down, your dwarf goes and gathers all the resources. Okay, now it's saying to us that we're going to build some tools, which is fine. Okay, so we go to craft. This is how you craft items. So we click the craft button. This is now showing us the workshop. So what we want to do is craft ourselves a tool. Okay, if we click on the helmet here, on the left it's telling us you can see the resources in the stockpile. So we cut the tree down and we got these resources. You'll notice whenever you get a new resource that you've not got before, a number will appear here telling you new items, and also it shows here new items. Okay, so it's telling us now we need to craft some tools. So to do that we'll click here. Okay, so it's saying we're going to do the weapon first, the club, which is the first weapon that we can get. Okay, so we click the club. You'll notice once we click on it, it shows us that we need resources. Now the game's telling us to click on the resource tab, or we can simply simple left click on the wood itself, but I'll follow the tutorial. So we left click there. It's now telling us we need to drag some wood to the crafting area. Notice what happened, because I clicked, it removed the recipe. So we click back on the club. Now this time I'll left click the wood, that opens up the resources. Now drag and drop one, double left click, and it will place the next one in the slot for you. Okay, now we need to click craft. And it's really that simple. We now have, yeah, it's telling us later we can craft more and more tools. So now we have ourselves a club. To equip that, we will click on the, oh, we gained another level, got another dwarf, and we feel good because of that little sound that come along, because we know it was a good thing. So we've been given a totem and a cone which the dwarves can eat, and we get an additional dwarf because we gained a level. So I'll OK that. I'm now controlling 2 dwarves. Let's equip though our dwarf. So here's our dwarf. To equip him, we pick up the club, drag and drop it over the middle slot. There we go. I've now given him a club to defend himself with. Okay, now if I close that and we go back to craft, the first thing we want to see if we can craft is a stone axe. We don't have any stone yet, so let's get our dwarves to work. So to get stone, what we'll do, scroll over here and just left click on a tile you want to mine. Just like we left click on the base of a tree, you'll see that both dwarves, one's going to go and mine stone, one's going to cut the tree down. The more dwarves we have, the more stuff we can do. Trees give us wood and resin, bushes give us leaves and fruit. Now you notice that the front of the tile has been mined. You can also mine the back of the tile as well. There's 2 layers to this world. When we create our base, we will keep a wall, so we'll keep the back layer and we will just mine away the front layers. Now he's going back to mine this. I'll also get them to mine the bushes. When there's a dwarf standing on the tile with an item on it that you want to mine, when you left click, you'll notice that you get a choice of selecting the dwarf or cutting down. So I'll choose cut. Once I've trimmed off the trees and bushes, I can then lower that level. So I'm going to mine all of these. So if I click there, they'll mine. They can't mine this one because it's got a tree on the top. So what I'll do is click for them to get rid of the tree. Now that we've got some resources, whilst they're busy mining, I'm going to craft them hopefully at least 1 stone axe. So notice now we've got the resources. So if I left click on the stone, you'll see I've got 2, so I can drag over, double left click, that fills them, drag 1 wood, double left click and craft. Notice the experience bar going up. Every time I craft a tool, we will get experience in this. Once it gets to the end, it will unlock the next skill tree, which I'll show you in a minute. So now that we have that axe, let's equip it. We'll click equip. Here's the dwarf. We'll drag and drop the stone axe. He's now using the stone axe and will cut trees quicker. But we need more stone to do pickaxes. So that's why we're going to mine all of this out. Notice even though it's stone it says dig. Well, it means removing that tile, so that's fine. Now we are in somewhat of a little rush to try and get a base done, but it's not a major panic because in Craft the World, the way the monsters work is they come in waves. You'll see there's a countdown timer telling us soon how long the next wave of monsters will be. Right, okay, we just done another a task, so that's good. We got more experience. I just love the way it guides us along, giving us tasks. It just makes it very enjoyable. Okay, now what I want to do here is level. Oops, now I've got to do that one. Notice this tile is not dirt, this is roots. With roots you can grow crops, and with crops you can make food. So that's something good that we will be doing. You can also attack creatures by left clicking on them. See the swords appear? That means this one's now going to attack. Let's craft him a club, because only one of my dwarves has a club. Oh, there's a 15-minute timer. Let's just quickly show you fighting this snail. Yeah, a mighty opponent, I'm sure you'll agree. Okay, let's equip that club to my second dwarf who hasn't got a weapon. There we go. Now you'll see him attack. They're only weak and they give us resources as well. Okay, I think that will do for the first episode. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoyed this first episode on Craft the World. We'll have a lot more fun as we progress with our journey. Goodbye.